One user online summarized the sentiment with dark humor, suggesting next they'll be charged $5.99 just to turn the console on. That frustration is a direct response to Sony's decision to increase the cost of its PlayStation Plus subscription service. This chart breaks down the math for the essential tier. Monthly plans are moving from $10 to $11, while quarterly subscriptions are jumping from $25 to $28. While the hike targets new users first, existing subscribers in regions like Turkey and India will also see these revised rates applied to their very next renewal. This new recurring fee comes right after Sony raised the base price for the PlayStation 5 hardware itself. Sony's official explanation points to ongoing market conditions, a phrase so broad it leaves many consumers feeling like the true reasons are being obscured. That single-dollar monthly increase might seem small in a boardroom, but for a community already facing rising costs, it represents a moment where the perceived value of the ecosystem begins to crumble. To understand those market conditions, we have to look at the global supply chain that sits far outside the gaming industry. A massive global shortage of computer memory components is creating friction across the entire tech world. This is the AI supply chain drain. The rapid development of artificial intelligence is currently devouring the global supply of high-end hardware. Artificial intelligence requires immense physical infrastructure, and industrial data centers are absorbing the vast majority of available solid-state drives and RAM. This component scarcity has a ripple effect, driving up the costs of servers and production for every company that relies on modern chips. These supply chain pressures are impacting the entire industry, leading Microsoft to make its own parallel price adjustments for Xbox consoles. Industry analysts expect Nintendo to follow suit, raising the baseline price for the upcoming Switch successor due to these same shortages. The explosive growth of the AI industry is effectively a hidden tax that eventually finds its way to the individual gamer. From the perspective of the player, these individual increases contribute to a much larger phenomenon: the layered cost of modern entertainment. It starts with the foundational costs, paying an internet provider and purchasing the physical console. Then you add the access toll, the subscription fee required just to unlock the ability to play online with friends. On top of that, you have the upfront cost of the games themselves. And finally, you have the post-purchase stack: digital cosmetics, expansion content, and small microtransactions that can eventually eclipse the price of the game. Maintaining global servers and massive cloud networks is a real expense for companies, but for the consumer, it's a compounding financial burden. As these paywalls become more numerous, gaming is shifting from a one-time purchase into a state of continuous economic negotiation. The gaming community is feeling a sense of exhaustion. A hobby meant to provide a break from the stresses of life is increasingly becoming a source of financial anxiety. Companies have a defensible argument that maintaining cloud infrastructure and global multiplayer networks requires a massive ongoing investment. However, that corporate necessity is clashing with the reality of shrinking disposable income for players facing high inflation elsewhere in their lives. This friction has led many to the same conclusion. The only leverage players have left is the decision to simply unsubscribe. When global hardware demands from the AI sector drive up costs, just as consumer patience for subscriptions reaches its limit, the result is a choice for many players between their digital hobbies and their actual budgets.